Yo, how's it going guys? It's Abs here and welcome back to another Gears of War lore video. So in this video I'm going to be explaining Crimson Skorge or Apostate Skorge, whichever one you prefer. So yeah, as always, if you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more Gears of War content. And yeah, let's dive straight into it. So by 7 BE, so 7 years before Emergence Day, members of the Locust Horde and various creatures of the Hollow became infected with a parasitic disease which was known as Lambancy, and this was due to exposure from emulsion. The Lambent became aggressive and would infect or kill all uninfected life. So this turned into an epidemic in the Hollow and soon became a conflict which was known as the Lampert War. So during the war, Apostate Skorge spent his early years studying and professing the Trinity of Worms, which was a polytheistic religion that worshipped 3 rift worms who were responsible for carving out the Hollow and creating life in the Hollow. Through the rift worms, they led to the creation of the Sires, which then of course birthed the Locust Horde. Apostate Skorge also spent his years leading locust hunting parties to lure rockworms out with his chance, which allowed the locust to kill the rockworms for food. Now, under the apprenticeship of KingAbzYT, who was the high priest of the locust at the time, Apostate Skorge pushed the limits of what he could achieve within the church, and he did this by inhaling emulsion fumes, and this gave Apostate Skorge prophetic visions. And one of these visions was that the Locust Horde would fall if they continued to fight the Lambent and if they were to remain in the Hollow. And this was seen as a blasphemous vision, believing that the Riftworms would never abandon the Horde and the Hollow was their holy right. So because of this, Apostate Skorge was excommunicated from the church and forced to join the Locust army. So basically, Skorge inhaled the emulsion fumes and he was given these prophetic visions. These visions were of the Locust Horde falling because they were continuing to fight the Lambent, and of course they cannot beat the Lambent and remain in the Hollow. But the Cantus, they thought, what is this guy on? This guy's crazy, get him out of here. So they excommunicated him from the church and they forced him to join the Locust army. They didn't want anything to do with Skorge. So then Skorge continued to act as an apostate and prophet within the Locust army itself, and Skorge also became a soldier to fight the Lampert army. So during the Lampert War, Skorge joined the Bloodied Vanguard, where he met War RAAM, who was the leader of the Bloodied Vanguard, and due to their strength and ruthlessness, Skorge and War RAAM became friends and comrades in war. Also in 0 AE, the Lampert army attacked the Gorgon front, which was a major fortress that defended Nexus. So while War RAAM and the Bloodied Vanguard fought off the millions of Lambent wretches and Lambent drudges, Skorge inhaled emulsion to reach the Rift in order to receive prophetic visions of the battle. So he wanted to know what was going to be the end result of this battle. So Skorge then determined that the Gorgon front would fall regardless of victory or loss. So as a result of this, RAAM realized that the entire fortress was filled with explosive canisters, so he retreated with the remaining survivors of the Bloodied Vanguard and ordered Verl Jamad to open fire on the oncoming Lambent, causing a chain reaction explosion which destroyed the Gorgon front and the Lambent army, which gave victory to the Locust. And that victory was because of Skorge, because he was able to inhale emulsion fumes and give those prophetic visions of the battle. And then of course RAAM gave the orders from there. And following the battle, Skorge rallied the troops with the prophetic vision that the war will be won in victorious glory. However, RAAM confided in Skorge about his plan to save the Locust Horde. Journeying outside the Hollow to the surface, RAAM showed Skorge a human city during a battle in the Pendulum Wars and believed that humanity was in a weakened state, like them to be fighting each other. RAAM admitted that the Lampert War had gone on for far too long and will not be successful if they were to stay in the Hollow, and therefore believed that they should emerge and conquer the surface to abandon the Hollow to the Lambent. So Skorge was then enlisted into RAAM's plan to give the Lambent a crushing victory to convince Queen Mirror to evacuate to the surface. So by doing so, RAAM went to convince and recruit Volkan to abandon his post in the expansion Hollow to allow the Lambent to attack the Temple of the Trinity. Meanwhile, Apostate Skorge was directed to return to the temple and profess his vision of the temple being assaulted to KingAbzYT. But Skorge had failed to convince KingAbzYT to aid them, but then all of a sudden a horde of Lambent proceeded to attack the temple, with a wounded Volkan and a few drones managing to escape. RAAM and a squadron of boomers arrived and proceeded to bombard and destroy the Lambent. So that was a plan by Scourge and RAAM. So as predicted, Keita Vol realized that Scourge was actually telling the truth, and Keita Vol was convinced to allow Scourge, RAAM and Khan attend Queen Mira's council. So at the council, Keita Vol spoke on behalf of the validity of Apostate Scourge's visions and the tactical approach of RAAM, that the Hollow will fall to the Lambent and the Locust must colonize the surface. So Queen Mira then demoted Uzil Sraq to Vold and Vold RAAM to Uzil, and then later Apostate Scourge was met by Uzil RAAM, who began preparations with Queen Mira to invade the surface. RAAM's first strike would be the human city of Janamont, and he wanted Apostate Scourge to join him in battle. So Scourge then accompanied RAAM's army into the city of Janamont, where they managed to overrun and occupy an army base, and using the rift, Scourge delivered a grim prophecy to Uzil RAAM that RAAM would perish before the end of the war, and Uzil RAAM then appointed Scourge to his second in command and to become High General in the event of his death. Now even this became true, because as we know, RAAM did die at the hands of Marcus and Dom during the Light Mass offensive. However, Vold Sraq attacked Uzil RAAM out of vengeance, but he was executed by RAAM with the help from 2 Theron guards with torque killing Sraq, and RAAM and Scourge were prepared following a vision by Scourge of Sraq's treachery. So once again, Scourge's visions helped RAAM once again, and it was of course a great asset to the Locust Horde. And then of course Scourge and RAAM continued to slaughter the humans of Janamont, as they both led the Locust to war on the surface of Sarah on Emergence Day. So guys, there you go, that's Apostate Scourge explained. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like and comment down below what do you think of Apostate Scourge, and subscribe if you're new to the channel, and be sure to check out my playlist for all Gears of War lore content. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll catch you next time.